Jesus. Hey guys, sorry technical issues. I had to redo this stream. Let's just wait a second for the others to join, just because I had to reset the link. So far, this one is a new mode. Opens, as you already know, after you reached level 160 in the Endless Inferno the week before. And if you manage to claim the level 160 this week, today, or until today's evening, you can enter the City of Eternal Punishment tomorrow morning after a regular reset. So 9 a.m. in the morning. As you can see here, the lineup is same or similar to the Endless Inferno, but we have some special tweaks to this mode. As you can see here are some rewards shown, and also we have special rewards for the City of Eternal Punishment compared to Endless Inferno like we had before. So after you completed several floors, you can claim some rewards, but so far only souls and XP. And yeah, we can scroll down and no emblems like the jealousy emblems here are shown. So it's just XP and souls. There's also a leaderboard. Remember, this one is the test server, so yeah, nothing much shown here. The leaderboard is, as usually, server-based. So it's just your server, and you can check your mates, your guildmates, and of course the other people on the server, how far they managed to do this mode. Besides that, you can see this one is new, the Flawless. The Flawless is explained in the rules section. The Flawless the top 3. So far, we don't know if it's the top 3 guys on the whole Era of Chaos servers, so North American, European, and Asian, or if it's per region. Yeah, we will know until next morning, I guess, when the first people enter this mode, and then we can see this reward or this ranking. And those guys only get an special reward, special avatar. Yeah, nothing special. More interesting are the rewards. So let's just skip the former rules part and check the rewards. As you can see here, rewards server based, and ranking is similar, a little bit similar, at least for the top rank, to the Endless Inferno mode. Evening, Adam. Sorry, wasn't paying attention. And the top 1 guy also receives a special accommodation, which you can show and brag people and say, yeah, I got the first in the season. Evening, Gogs. Glad you made it. Hope you're fine. So besides that, let's check the rules. City of Eternal Punishment is an upgraded version of Endless Inferno. In this mode, round-robin battles take place on every floor, and you will be ranked according to the cleared floors, same as Endless Inferno is doing right now. The seasons are also the same, so from Monday 9 a.m. till Wednesday 11 p.m. and Thursday 9 a.m. until Sunday 11 p.m. You will enter this mode, as I said previously, you will enter this mode directly if you were able to manage to reach stage 160. and then this inferno mode, and you will still receive the rewards as they're shown here. You have to clear the first level, and then you gain some rewards. As you can see here, it's shown XP, gold, and the souls, of course. The mode itself has 200 floors, and as you can see later, the floors are a bit different from what we know yet in the Endless Inferno mode, and you have to clear, of course, every monster or every enemy in this stage to clear the stage. There are no penalties for failing a floor, so if you're defeated, you can restart the floor, but you have to restart from scratch. And also, you can skip floors, like Endless Inferno. We were able to skip now until 150 this week. As you can see here on the bottom, I could skip directly the first 23 floors and start at floor 24. But yeah, we won't do this. We'll see how far we get. You will also receive the rewards, so nothing else or nothing different than Endless Inferno. We got buffs every 10 floors. It's the same. Ranking rewards are the same. And here's what I mentioned before. The top 3 across all servers. So yeah, maybe region or maybe all servers will receive this frame. The flawless frame reminds me of an angel, but yeah, printed in blue. So important are these instructions. You will count, or your attempt will count as a loss if you quit, if you draw the fight, or if in the end only some amount units stand. It could maybe possible for a Fortress unit team or something else. Also, remaining HP of the victor's unit will be retained and brought forward to the next battle, but units that die during a battle will not appear in the next battle and cannot be revived. So if your units dying on the attempts, you can choose them for the next phase. So it's like the campaign mode right now. Don't know, happened to me pretty yeah, I think a year ago or something else. If you kill or if you lose a unit in campaign mode, you can't use it anymore for the further stages. So let's check the fights itself. As you can see here now, we got more than one team. Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3. And we have to fight 3 opponent teams. And just to skip the waiting time, I set already 3 teams up. Adela team, kind of common Adela team. I would use Blackguard here, but yeah, I have to fill in 3 teams, so it's kind of weird that I have to use Dragon Golem. The second team is Fiona Dungeon team mixed with Dark Elemental and Ice Demon. And the third team, hopefully pleasing to some Fortress players, as I don't play Fortress on my live account, is Adrienne formation and splashed in some Cove. I could add those Cove units to the dungeon team and fill in Dark Elemental, for example, yeah, but I don't do it. Remember, this is a test server environment. All units are equipped with plus 30 emblems. Even tanks and BDs or support units. Wasp is not fully second awakened, just 5-star second awakened. And yeah, I thought I set up some backup units, but I didn't. Or the formation got erased. So I just use some units. On the right side, you can see the enemy lineup. And as you eventually noticed, I placed on my teams everything on the third lane and the top lane just to prevent the charges to went through. And you can check enemy lineups if you click on the right side on the lineups. You can see here some Troll, Ice Demon, Medusa, and Paladin stuff. Here's kind of dungeon fortress formation with Blackguard and Hydra. Hydra with weapon and fully awakened. So your enemies have weapons, like they have an Abyss Den. And the third team is yeah, some Necro Splash and Double Crate, Faceless, and Ice Demon. So let's see how far we can get and how the battles work. Yeah, Gorax could run some Stronghold teams, although I didn't equip the units. But as you can see here now, or as you can see above, we couldn't check the team power. There's some issue to display team powers, and you realize Judicator killed just the troll at the very beginning, and yeah, it's kinda easy in the first stage. So let's speed it a little up. As you can see, here are the HP bars shown right below the units. And let's check the next fight. And so far, if none of your units dying, or if you can, if you are able to maintain the whole team, you can keep fighting with the same team. So if you set your top team in first place, you can easily clear the stages. You don't need 3 teams. You can set up a really weak team with the leftover units like Conflux, Storm Elemental, Pixies, paired with a Galo hero. So there's no need to use 3 teams at all. You can still do the same 3 fights on the same stage with the same team. And yeah, as you can see here now, the Adjudicator just annihilates in the very first seconds enemy units. So the early on stages won't be that hard if you can reach Endless Inferno also. Or if you're able to clear stage 160. And now we can see the rewards. Yeah, 1000 gold, 1000 gold is not much. And there's a large chest. So let's see what's inside the chest. Let's see how we find it. Is it this one? Yeah, this is it. And let's slow it down, just in case we miss some rewards. So as you can see here, the soul stones is the same, or almost the same you would receive in Endless Inferno if you bring 1. Bring 1 gets 7,000, so you get a little bit on top, and also some gold and XP. And yeah, grab the gold, grab the XP. So far you get at least 7,500 souls if you manage to kill, or if you manage to clear the first stage. There's the flawless stuff. As you can see here, Soul, Gorax, and Sven already are in the run. So yeah, Tal, yeah, of course. I would use the IP with Fortress team if the dungeon team wouldn't be a little bit slightly stronger. And so sadly, I'm a bit sad because I couldn't fully second awaken the Westport, because if she would have been 6 stars, I would run Adrian at the first or the second team, just because she's pretty strong. So yeah, Gorak swept, and I will sweep too, just to check the rewards from the sweeping. Okay, nothing spectacular. 436 souls. Yeah, the buffs pretty the same like we have already in Endless Inferno. So let's check the team compositions. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Charger again on the 3rd lane, so just let's run some fights and see if auto mode already clears it or not. It's a pretty bit sad you can't check the team power. So far, Judicator won't kill anybody at the beginning, so at least the guys are stronger. So let's speed a little bit up and see. Yeah, still no match, but yeah, keep in mind it's a test server account. Even on my live account, I don't have plus 30 emblems on all my units. So yeah, that's not a comparison. Also keep in mind, even on test server, Endless Inferno is a bit different. I struggled with my live server team to clear the last Endless Inferno. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it was pretty awkward. So let's check. Yeah, enemy only has Angels in level 1. So not that artificially enhanced artifact power like plus 20 Seraph we faced in Endless Inferno. I don't know if that's added on the later stages. Right now we are pretty clueless about the mode. It's just for now sweeping, but also we had the opportunity to test this mode only today, except Sven, who could enter yesterday. Yeah, it was ridiculous scores. I don't know what they what they made to those devils, kind of steroid version. Um, Yatel, that would be an approach, although I would stick with the first team. And if you have a first team with Angel or Seraph, Paladin, Sister, and eventually Internal Priest, and then mix and match anything else you want, I think you can easily go as far as you want with the first team, and no unit would lie. Except you will hit some bonkers stuff like Gorax did yesterday and at this Inferno. If you watched the stream, it was hilarious how some units killed or dealt damage in an amount of ridiculous stuff. It was hilarious. And so far, there's nothing to scratch. Although you can see here the HP bars are dropping a little bit. Unit health or recovery. Oh, let's check recovery. You got already so many health. So if I will do this mode tomorrow on a live server, I will just use my Adela team or eventually my Fiona team, so Dungeon and Castle Trinity with IP, and see how far I can hit. But also, if you watching the fight and see, oh, you're struggling, and that could eventually lead to your approach and say, okay, let's check the team first. But right now, you can't see the team power. In Endless Inferno, you could check the team power and say, okay, how strong is he? Here, as you can see, yeah, just rank 1 spells, and then it bugs. So either the mode is kind of easy, at least in the very first 100 stages, or it's a bug on the test server and the live version will be even deadlier. So far, we don't know. The guys plays on Asian servers will tell us in the morning in approximately 2.5 hours, if I'm correct or not. Yeah, 2.5 hours should be. And then, yeah, we can see if the modes show enemies. Yeah, I can pause, Adam. I can pause and just redo it. So it's the same like the modes, PvE modes. And please don't count as dead. Yeah, okay. Just was a bit afraid because the units were shown as dead that I couldn't use the same team. But yeah, you can pause as at least as long as no unit died. The rules at least stated it: if you skip the fight or if a unit dies during the fight and then you skip the fight, the unit will still be dead after the fight. So yeah, pausing is only a good option if all the units are alive, or if you need a break. But then you have to continue the fight. Yeah, that's true. Either Gorgon with HP lock or a Black Dragon, or Paladin with the weapon. But so far, yeah, I think the very first 50 or 100 stages aren't really that hard, as long as you have some healing units. Now the Judicator immunity procced, and Paladin is a little bit dropping here. So, but you should be safe if you play either with Angel or if you have Angelic Alliance artifact at +2 or +5, because then you have a guaranteed revive, and that should be able or should enable you to go as far as possible with the same team, and because you have at least one revive. Yes, of course you can fast forward it, but the problem is if a unit dies, Adam, and then you skip the fight, the unit will be probably, according to the rules, the unit will be counted as dead. So you lost the unit and skipped the fight, and eventually you would have won the fight with the dead unit, of course, but you would be able to overcome that stage eventually. At least that's what's in the rules. Let's check it here. Where was it? Quitting in the middle of a round from a battle, ending in a draw, leave some mounts. Units that die during a battle but not reappear in the next battle and cannot be revived. So eventually, I think I have to go as far as possible, or we can set up it. Now let's set up a weak unit. After the next battles, I will set up a weak team and see if we can pause. If the unit will be counted as dead, or if we can redo the fight with the same team. So I will set up a weak one. So let's do. What do we have here? Oh, this one is good. So I will set up this one, and just to see if the Cerberus are dying, and they should die, of course, versus that enemy, because they are no tanks, they have no emblems. And then we will skip after they got revived. Angelic Alliance artifact revive is out. Oh, Jesus, don't let us win this fight. And they died again, so they are dead. Now let's skip and see if we can use them again. So still counted as a loss, yeah, of course. And oh, okay. So you can works like Commander Duel or what was the other PvE mode? Chronicles. If you lost a fight in Chronicles, you could redo the fight. The same, and yeah, works kinda. So you can skip the fight and redo it if you lose units. So that's pretty great. I was afraid that wouldn't working, but that's pretty great. Now I forgot to close the open lane. Yeah, but Adela should be safe. With Sister in the end, should be safe. So, as you can see, so far it's no big deal to beat those teams. But yeah, keep in mind it's test server and plus 30 emblem on every unit. and sadly we can't speed it more up. So you can't fast forward the whole stages. You have to clear them at least once. It will be interesting on Thursday how far you can skip if it's power related, like it's in Endless Inferno right now, and you can sweep up to 100 levels, or is it like we saw at the very first start, where we could sweep 23 levels, 24 levels, and skip them. But yeah, rewards wise, it's not a big deal. Those stages don't add a huge amount of souls. Yeah, that's why I'm approaching as far as fast as I can tell, because yeah, so far it's no big deal. So right now we are just skipping it and see if one team fails. And eventually Dragon Golem will be the weakness in this team. I don't know, Gorox, how far did you, or how far are you now? 40, 50? Yeah, but this combination, yeah, is pretty easy. You could also skip one of the backline units and use a third tank, a real third tank, and put Dragon Golem behind, because he is weak right now. Yeah, but so far it's you're on you're on team setup, okay. That's what I did before, because I had to level the whole fortress stuff, because I knew Talaga would watch, and yeah, it's kind of annoying so far. Just sweeping. So eventually, until we hit the breakpoint or threshold, it's again this 9 a.m. in the morning, sweeping as fast as you can, and then we'll see. Okay, how far could you swipe in 5 minutes? At least until a specific stage. But yeah, which stage it is, we have to figure out. Honestly, in my opinion, it's pretty sad that we don't get emblems. As so far, I didn't see any emblem, and previously, or until yet, we had this, oh, is there an orange emblem at the EU or an A reset? And yeah, that's... Oh, HP was dropping. Oh, okay. Eventually, we hit now other stages. Let's add some crit damage. Let's see. Lineups are fitting so far. So let's sweep again. Okay, maybe just tough third fight at the last match. So far, nothing dangerous. Gorax, you have to equip better emblems or hide them behind the real tank. Yeah, that's what I mentioned before. Some minutes before, Diki Dragon Golem is the weakness in that team. But so far we're doing great. You could also add in Eternal Priest into this game mode and skip eventually Archer or Marksman to have a second source of healing. But so far it's not needed. But yeah, I'm pretty curious if this is on live as well, because guys, this is kind of chore to to sweep even the fast battles through these floors. So yeah, let's see. But as I said, it's test server. It's sometimes bugged, and also especially tanks have plus 30 emblems, and I'm kind of crocken, of course, but I have one tank unit, aka Black Dragon, with plus 30 emblems. And if I remember correctly, my Dragon Golem has plus 25 or something else. And then comes Paladin with plus 10 or plus 15. So, yeah, I cannot afford those high casted emblems. And the most people will of course not be able to wield some strong emblems as well. Yeah, Thomas, I can do this. So let's just set up a weak team. It will lead to that situation that you can't use these units anymore, but you can reattempt to the stage. But it's interesting to see what will happen. So let's check the rewards, and still just sold. So we're setting up weird team. Where's Gelo? Oh, Gelo's adjutant. And set Drakon. So Drakon, what have we else left? Behemoth, Medusa. So we can skip this stuff here and just see. Troll. Troll is also nice. And let's see what happens. But yeah, we'll just lose a fight and then the second team have to get in. Gorax, you cheated. What happened? Who won the fight? Angel? Or your Fortress team? And can you reuse? You can still use them during next stage. Okay, that's weird, because the rules stated a little different. So our team died. So yeah, nothing surprisingly, but if we hit fight, then our second team charges in and have to do the fight, and the second team is eventually is Ice Demon here, the weakness, or Evil Sorceress. But yeah, we have found, so until nothing is one-shotted. Okay, Gorax, that's weird. Or maybe I misread the rules. Could also be a possibility, because it sounded like campaign mode where you couldn't use that unit in the next mode. But that's great, because if you can, or if you are able to finish the fight with your second team, like for example, you have one castle team, castle tower team, and then one fortress team, which adds a lot of crowd control. Would mean you can field your first team and just test the stage. And of course, hope you can beat it with the first team, but if you're not able to kill the stage or to finish the stage with the first team, you can bring in your second and third team and can reuse your dead units in the next fight. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And of course, good news, because it would be sad if you lost just due to auto battles a game mode and can't use it. So far, we're kind of struggling here, and IP wasn't able to heal Faceless and Evil Sorcerer, so we're missing Domain and of course the Faceless damage and the area of effect damage from the Evil Sorceress. Yeah, don't forget, those enemies have weapons and awakenings. No, Thomas, it's a little bit different from campaign, because in campaign, when your unit die, you can revive it every few stages at the wishing well, or don't know what it's called. But you can't. Besides that, you can't reuse the unit. Yetel, I will. And just speed it up. And let's hope we can kill those units in 1 minute, as Blackguard is tanky as hell. Yeah, okay, he died. So, Faceless and Evil Sorcerers are dead. Oh, we have the third fight. Or was it the first one? So it's the second fight. And as you can see here now, the game didn't gave me the ability to change the team. So my second team, which is two teams or two units missing, has to do the fight. So let's hope this team is able to beat this team. Backline at least is dying. It's great, but I doubt we have enough damage to kill those black dragons. So yeah, backline is dying, and now the front line is a little bit dying. But yeah, the black dragons, I think, won't die because we are lacking damage. We have only Dark Elemental and Ice Demon, and they are kind of struggling. So Adrienne will help us out, hopefully. Although she doesn't have a healer, so it's a pure damage team. And it's, yeah, kind of sad. Let's check if we skip the fight, or if we quit the fight. Let's check if we can switch to Adrienne directly. Oh, okay, it's skipping off the whole fight. So can we switch the teams instead? Yeah, we can swap them. So let's see how Adrienne is working, and I will do as Dana suggested. I add in priest. Shall I leave Ragnar Archer? I will leave him. Okay, and of course we have to swap the dragon team. So, okay, so let's do it again and skip the stuff. And honestly, I forgot to replace the priest in the dungeon team, so dungeon team will kinda suck, I think. So it's very sad that your teams are automatically chosen, so you have to watch the enemies, of course, and see how it works. No Black Dragon is tanking in the dungeon team. Black Dragon is dungeon. Hydra drops a lot, but recovers. Some backline damage from crits, of course. And crowd control is pretty useful here. As you can see here, all the units are dropping on the enemy side simultaneously, and the HP bar is kind of in our favor. But so far we only have internal priest to heal us, and White Tiger died. Eventually got shot by the Gorgons. Yeah. So far, so good. Oh no, he died again. Even though he has plus 30 emblems, of course. With the 6-star Wasp Awakening, this would help a lot. So, and so far you can't change directly to your third team, so you have to do the next fight with your leftover team. In this case, without White Tiger, and yeah, without the domain, it's pretty useless. Not useless in this case, but no clones. So it's just a pure team. And Basilisk and Gorgon clones are hilariously strong, as same as the passport, and useful. And yeah, so you have to keep your White Tiger alive. I could add Fawn to this team. Let's just see if we are able to beat this without any losses. But yeah, seems good. But yeah, if you can scratch those black dragons, I doubt it. I really doubt it, because they're kinda super strong with their second awakening and the weapon itself. and the spellbreaker stuff. And with all the clones, it's pretty hard to break through. Yeah, would eventually to my team 2 Goroks, but right now I couldn't finish the second awakening because arena mode was bugged again on the test server. Couldn't finish the fights, and so I couldn't do the 6-star mission. So damage-wise, just let's check the teams. Quetz is ahead, and then the 5-star second awakening buff, and then Chaos Hydra. So yeah, of course, Tal. The Mass Plague and also the new of it is, was it 20% damage reduction? Yeah, it helps a lot. Of course, that was my plan before I could do it on the test server, but yeah, I don't know when I will home after work tomorrow. But it sounds like a good plan. And so far, we are not able to scratch those black dragons. So let's just skip it and set up a proper team. So let's add Fawn. Where's the Adrian? There's Adrian. Let's set up Fawn for this guy. And stay with this. And yeah, Dragon was still the same. And now we have to fill in our third team. And yeah, let's just swap to Adela and use the real team to scratch those black dragons. Dragon Golem, yeah, let's add Dragon Golem. Jesus, come on. And of course, Castle. Very important is this. And this. And of course, let's do this one. And it's kind of annoying that the last stage will have 4 chargers. So 4 chargers means they will come through. So set up like this one and they will hit Sister, and Sister probably can tank. Check ranking. Gorak's probably 50. 43. Okay. So that's nice. Yeah, of course, it's a pretty interesting game mode in terms of what can you do with your teams. And oh, no. Now we're hitting the Black Dragons. And this team with the added Fawn could easily beat those Black Dragons. I'm surprised. And again, I couldn't check the combat log. But yeah, this team is kind of bonkers. So no one died. And now we can check the damage tree on the last fight. Chaos Hydra, surprising guys. Chaos Hydra is in the lead, even in real damage. I had domains active, Christy. Or didn't I? Let's check it. And as you can see here now, that was the question before, Dragon can be used again. So each stage is a complete new try, and you can use your dead heroes and dead teammates, of course, as well. Yeah, domains were active, so that wasn't the deal. Domains swept over. No, are not swept over. Okay, this one you meant. I forgot to do this, but yeah, we will swap this team again. And third team was Fiona. Was it Fiona dungeon? Yes. And let's see how far we can get without Fawn. or if we even have to use this team. Some conflict stuff. Nothing much left over, like Blackout. And just fill in this one. So, yeah. So Hydra weapon isn't that bad. It's kinda good. I hope for the Red Dragon weapon it's the same level of buffs, because Red Dragon level was mainly about survivability, HP shield, and something else if this HP is dropping. And yeah, that's not bad. Seer would be an option too, but I doubt we will have to use the team at all. So it's just swiping and yeah, praying that no one's is dying in the mode. Yeah, and Seer combined with Ragnar Archer Second Awaken is pretty strong. In my test, even on a live server, is if you pair Seer with Ragnar Archer, it's much more deadlier in the same lane as if you would pair Ragnar Archer with Crate. Just as a hint. Don't know what it's like, because yeah, Crate provides a lot of debuffs as well. Yeah, at least that was my testing. What happens to this? And I'm still a bit. Maybe I should change game speed to +6. Would speed up the quick fights as well, and I wouldn't have to click that much. I'm still curious when this mode will become harder. Of course, from this test server perspective. So let's change the game speed. And see if we can do it a little bit faster. No. Not so far. Yeah, that's true, Tal. The Rakshasa is or will be a good offensive unit. Oh, we lost a unit. Did you know this? We lost a unit. Of course. But besides that, oh, let's. Damn. We can't watch the fight. But Adrian is holding so far. Very nice. So as you can see, Quetch, White Tiger, and Plant out damage Hydra, and real damage, and true damage. Yeah, Seraph is supporting you, Adam. Seraph out damage Hydra if you would face both teams, or if you face Inferno teams, because Seraph had a huge buff against Inferno if an Infernal unit died. And so far, the kinda weakness in this team is the Dragon Golem. Dragon Golem will always be a weakness until he gets his weapon. Yeah, as you can. Oh, now Naga have to tank. Naga tank, best tank. Test server proved it. You saw that, guys. Naga tank, best tank. Yeah, jokes aside, the Fortress team is doing pretty well, although White Tiger is a liability, as you saw in the combat screen. And in the previous fights, White Tiger dies like a fly if you watch him. And now we hit the stage we couldn't beat. So, and that's kind of sad. So let's. Oh, I misplaced the units. Should do. Should do. And should do. So just block enemy lineups. And we add in the seer as Star suggested. And don't forget to activate domains because they don't show over. So let's do it like this and check the second team. Domain is active. Nice. And domains are active as well. Okay, let's check support. Support units not changing as well. That's kinda annoying. Yeah, but let's do it with this one. So keep in mind, guys, when you're swapping the teams, you have to reset the adjutants. Oh, what happened? Dragon Golem got hit and triggered Judy immunity. So keep in mind, you have to redo the domain skills and, of course, the backup unit, support units, if you're swapping the teams a lot. At least that's on test server right now, the behavior. So let's see if this team can beat the first stage without a loss. Gorax could be an option. You could use a weaker team first, but as long as your first team kills anything like it does here, you don't have to switch the teams. But probably the Wasp was hitting the Dragon Golem. And let's slow down. And again, yeah, Wasp is hitting, or eventually Dark Elemental, but I guess it Wasp is hitting Dragon Golem. And this guy is a huge liability right now, so in the next fight we will swap him with Blackguard. Dragon Golem died, got revived, and died again, and got again revived from the Angel, or eventually from the Angelic Alliance. So let's speed it up, and humans will die, and we will see how Adrian will fight against this team. So this stage is kinda hilarious, like some Endless Inferno stages right now, but you have to check your opponents, and then it's not that hilariously strong. Because if we would have placed Gorgon, or even Gorgon is, oh no, it's Basilisk. It's Basilisk. If we would have placed Gorgon on the top lane, or Paladin with weapon, or Black Dragon, they wouldn't trigger the immunity skill from Fawn or from the Judicator, because they have an HP lock, and then you could delay the proc. Good night, Em. Thanks for watching. I hope you can at least looking forward to this mode tomorrow and enjoy it if you were able to pass level 160 this week. Yeah, and this fight we would lose anyway, so let's do it again and place the units properly. So we will switch the whole lane and do it for the second team as well. Just switch Gorgon and Basilisk, and then we should be fine. Chrissy, yeah, that's a good suggestion. My adjutants didn't traveled over or transitioned over because I changed the lineups. And in this case, I would run, of course, Ezio, if you have Ezio, and probably Boragus if you have an as an adjutant, just to prevent the CC. And besides that, eventually Roland, even though I don't have Roland at level 100 and level 40 as an adjutant. But Ezio and eventually other stuff should be a possibility to offer everybody to use. So far we're doing at least better than before. Yeah. Gorax, good idea. Uh, let's see how it works. Um, Depends, of course, on your team, but if you run Fortress or Tower, that should do. I didn't even try in Inferno on this setup because Inferno right now is, yeah. Even with Fiona, Devil can do much. Probably West would look at him, or Darkness Elemental, or Dark Elemental would look at him and say, "Oh, Jesus, please die," and he would die instantly. So far, please die. I want to change my adjutants. So Blackout is dead, and West is dead as well. So, oh, third fight. I thought we had already third fight. As you can see here, even Paladin can drop instantly, even though he has an implemented HP lock. Don't know what hit him, but yeah, even he can die. Seraph managed to kill a unit. Let's speed it up and see what works. Yeah, Tell Adrian is a very good hero. In terms of crowd control, she is hilariously strong, and the debuff works as well. And she doesn't have the liability that Tazar has because you can use her with healers on your own. So it's not that you would hindering yourself, or that you're hindering yourself with the lack of healing. So let's do Ezio, and because we're using Castle, let's do Roland as well. Hey Krumo, nice to see you. So this is a setup I don't have on my live account because yeah, Roland was or every level 40 adjutant is too expensive to have a lot of them because you need like 105 or 150 manuals and 30,000 or 40,000 scrolls, so you couldn't even max a lot. And so this is yeah kinda Crocken thing. Would be the same outcome if I would add plus 60 emblems on every unit just to smash anything. So that wouldn't help you at all because yeah, it's not like any of us could do on the live server, except maybe Holo and some other guys who have plus 60 emblems on almost every unit, like Marduk or something else. And keep in mind, so far, Dragon Golem is a liability, so I wouldn't recommend using him as a main tank. Run Blackguard or something else, something stronger before him. Or use Fortress and Adrian, and you don't need the Dragon Golem. Yeah. And so far, it's kind of annoying if you can't pass a stage. You have to do, or you have to watch all the fights manually. 2D immunity proc again, but yeah, so far with Seraph and Angelic Alliance, it shouldn't be a big deal. Although Faceless managed to get into the backline, but he is pretty much CC'd. Can't even touch Judicator or Sister because, yeah, of the lack of stun resistance. So let's do the quick fights. And so far we hit level 50 right now, and still some suckering, but not that much. So I am confident I could reach level 50 on live server as well. Although I don't run Fortress or Adrian. Faceless refuses to die. So let's see how our second team is doing. Okay, oh Jesus! Fortress annihilates the whole team in 20 seconds. Nice. That was hilarious. Chaos Hydra leading with the trigger skill with the headbutt combo. But yeah, true damage wise, Quetz is the way to go. And even Westport would out-damage Hydra probably with the 6-star from a Second Awakening. So far, yeah, so far, Talagon, I would recommend you to check the fights and the enemy teams before. At least block all the charger lanes. That's obviously recommendation. And then after that, you have to check if you run into Devils or if you run into Black Knights, because all the units have the Awakenings, of course, and the weapons. So it's pretty, and it's pretty like Abyss Den, where you run into units and have to check proper what teams are you're heading on. So let's check one. So far, no surprise, except a fully second awakened Naga. And oh, misclicked. And on the second team we have Sword Dance. Okay, Sword Dance, White Tigers, so Charger. Misclicked again. Charger combination. So let's close the lines. Oh yeah, it should work. Christy, don't spoil that. So just closing all the lanes and see what we get. As long as you don't get any strong hitting units like Giant or Wasport or something else, you can run Dragon Golem, of course, but he still will be a liability. Yeah, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. So you have 3 teams, and you can set up 3 teams to beat different formations with other circumstances like more CC or something else. Like, for example, we are doing with Adrian. Adrian has much more CC compared to Adela. And then, yeah, this dying units mechanism is, yeah, so far a bit weird, because you can reuse your units. Would be much more difficult or interesting if you couldn't use your dead units anymore, like it's in the campaign mode. So far, Marksman died, Dragon Golem died, Naga died. Naga not the best tank EU. And now we have to do the next fight with out or top damage dealer and with 1 tank less. So it will be pretty fast over. Yeah, poor Arcana Archer has no tank to save her from Grogan's death staring. But yeah, let's see if she can survive with the implemented HP lock and the healing from the sister. But yeah, lack of DPS will not be in our favor. Although we managed to kill the Leprechaun. Sister so far great at healing, but now Paladin died. Got revived from the Seraph. And now we have to wait if the next unit on their side is dying or our side. Paladin died, got revived from a Jagged Alliance, and got killed again. Seraph got killed, and now the backline is dead. And now Adrian has to help out. But keep in mind, you, as mentioned before, you only have to fight the leftovers. So as we got rid of the Leprechaun, you don't have to fight the Leprechaun. But yeah, sadly, our White Tiger got killed 2 times. That's not that great. So if you run Fortress, try to hide your White Tiger as long as possible. Even Fawn Immunity couldn't save him. So yeah, and on live it will be even more hilariously because yeah, you won't have this set of emblems probably on your account. And now Troll is wreaking havoc from above, throwing his boulders and rip leftovers from the team. So the dungeon team has to join the fight as well, because Dragon Turtle will still be alive at the end of the fight.
Are you like them, thinking that I'm a flame demon?
Or not. Fawn died, Priest will die as well, and then Quetz. Yeah, as predicted, she is alive. So now the third team has to win this, and if we won't win this, would be a surprise, of course. And as you can see here now, even the HP is the same. So if you manage to kill all units except the one with 1 HP percent, you can easily look at it and it will die and you will win the stage. And you can do the next stage with your full heals teams again. So HP bar on our side and on the enemy side will carry over between team changes and between the fights. So for example, with this HP bar, if we would fight a fort fight in this mode, the HP bar would carry over and we would start with 59% or something else. And yeah, but it seems... don't know if we can kill this guy, but yeah, it should be. 2 deaths. And as you can see, rewards wise, yeah, it's not that big deal. 14, 15 soulstones for whole stage. So just add it up by 200 without the 5 and 10 stages for the buffs and rewards. So we end up with 180 stages. 180 stages with this amount of soul isn't gonna add much. So yeah, and I doubt we will get this far on live or much more. Except you have 3 proper well teams with a lot of emblem casting. Yeah, it's something that we will see tomorrow. Thomas, that's sad because they just raised the level cap to 160, and you can enter this mode until you reach or until you are able to clear the stage. That's kind of sad. Christy, there are 200 stages in total. That's yeah, Christy joined later. That's why I said rewards wise, if you multiply the rewards you get from clearing the floors, which was about 50, I don't remember honestly, and you multiply it with 180 stages plus the stages without any rewards like the buff at every 10 stages. You have to. Oh, we are dead. Oh, and Fortress hit the leftovers, but still White Tiger died. Yeah, that's reward wise, it's not that rewarding. Alama will probably be released in 2 months because Adrian was just released now, and so far the hero release order is the same as in China. So Alama will hit up probably in November, end of November, eventually a little bit earlier with the 3rd anniversary event. If there's any event, I don't know it. So it wasn't a spoiler, something else, just a guess. So Alama will probably end up in or show up in November. And after that, it was Theramith, the tower hero, if I remember correctly. And then was Conflux, and at the end, the Cove hero. So Conflux is something in March or something else. Eventually February, to know if they mess up the order. so far, now we're at a stage we couldn't beat, at least in auto mode. But don't forget, although I did everything in auto mode, you could also do this manually. So manual spellcasting and let's troll and chargers use. Yes, that's what I said, Tal. So Alamar in November probably, and then Aramis in January, and after that it's Ayenyan. I don't know how to spell this guy. The Conflict Hero, and after that some months the Cove Hero at last. So probably in March. Not in March, in May. But like I said, eventually with events, they could change something in the release order, but we don't know it. So it's just a guess. And I think they will they will stick to their 2 months schedule and just add in some champions or something else, because yeah, neutral has more champions on team. Was the name Balthazar? Thought it was a different name, but yeah. Dragon Miracle will be the mode after the City of Internal Punishment, which I am looking forward to. Although it all is depending on the matchmaking, because they mentioned something about tiers and matching the servers based off age and power and Grumo. It was in the last Ask Me Anything answer. You can check on Discord the Ask Me Anything response in the channel, and they mentioned, for example, almost 2 months ago, the adding of this mode. And check the answers. Thomas, backup is a bit bugged, but you get also an error warning if you place a unit in support or in backup. So I will check it in the next fight after this fight seance is over, and then we'll see if we can trigger the unit at least in the main formation. But I doubt it, because already the support formation triggered an error warning. Yeah, Archibald was it. Thanks, Tal. That's why I was a bit surprised, as you said, that Balthazar. So, SWAT answer OP confirmed. Kills everything here. So let's speed it up and see how our next team is doing. Adrian has to carry, but it should be easy against those 3 units. So let's just fast forward it. Although White Tiger got killed again, so yeah. Don't use him in open lanes. If you play Fortress, don't use him in kind of open lanes or against weak enemies, because if he gets past or if he faces units like Dark Elemental, he will die. You can't provide or prevent his death, even with Fawn and Priest for the heal. You can't prevent him from dying. So at least we killed 1 tank, the Paladin. So our Dungeon 3rd team has to carry now. Otherwise, we had to redo the soul fight, and yeah, no immunity here. And Red Dragon is even weaker than Dragon Golem, of course, because he's an offensive unit. And Dark Elemental eats offensive units for breakfast. And yeah, so far, Dragon Golem wouldn't have helped Tal, because there wasn't the tank on that lane died earlier. didn't it? Okay, let's use Black Art here and place Dragon Golem. What should I remove? Hydra is kinda good. Or should I replace Gorgon or Basilisk with Dragon Golem? Basilisk provides a lot of code control. Hydra, okay. Let's do the Hydra. And don't forget to activate his domain. And let's see how far we can go. Keep in mind, Dragon Golem won't be protected by Faun's immunity skill. So that's kinda liability. But eventually they will hit on the main tanks and let Dragon Golem tank in the back lane. As an off tank, of course. And provide some stunts during his domain. So far so good. Naga is shredding. And of course, Marksman helps a lot. So let's check if this team with Black Art instead of Dragon Golem can survive the attackers. So far, Black Art dropped already a huge amount. So he is a liability as well, but not as much as Dragon Golem is. Paladin got killed first, but Arcane Archer revenged him by double killing the Psychic Elemental. But now both tanks died as well, and Naga tank dies too. So now Fortress has to carry this fight. So let's see. No tank on the upper lane. So kill lane doesn't help. I expected that because Dark Elemental just hit the melees, and even the delay didn't help much. Except now, after the revive, Fawn's immunity got procced, and now they can at least follow up the fight, but Dark Elemental got killed by Tiger again, so I don't know what would help. Eventually, high casted emblems with Holy Emblem defense. I don't know if that would help. Or double sister and priest healing eventually, but even that won't prevent him from being on-shotted. So yeah, against teams with Dark Elemental, it's not useful to run White Tiger right now, at least in higher stages of this mode. And we're now at 55 or something else. Yeah, and without Tiger, yeah, the Fortress tanks are kinda weak because no clones. Yeah, but so far, yeah, it's not that great without White Tiger. You need the clones with Fortress. So let's see if eventually our own Dark Elemental will help, but yeah, no, it doesn't, because Dark Elemental just one-shots our Dragon and our Evil Sorcerers as well. Of course, we removed Fawn from this team, so eventually Fawn instead of Red Dragon would have protected this team a bit more. But yeah, the Dark Elemental just kills melee units, and Chargers are big units. And if the Troll would rampage, this team would be doomed as well. So, it seems we hit the sweet spot for today, at least on the test server, with floor 53. Gorax is right now at 48. So yeah, I would leave it to that. I don't know if I will stream this mode tomorrow, as I planned it originally, until they fix the test server date. So if you want to watch this mode on live, check out Gorax. He will stream tomorrow, of course, and eventually I will stream some hours before he starts. So yeah, just as a summary, this mode you will enter it directly if you hit level 160. You will get at least 7,500 soul stones if you manage to clear this first stage. Leaderboard is the same on your server as an Endless Inferno. There's a super, I call it Super Kraken a leaderboard, this flawless stuff. So I bet if it's above all regions, we will see guys like Holo there. And besides that, if you hit uh, some stronger levels, let's call it like that, check the team compositions on the enemy side first, like this one. And if you see units like Dark Elemental or something else, don't use offensive units. Use defensive emblems if you have something for your weaker melee units, which you have to protect, like White Tiger. And besides that, yeah, have fun in this mode. Um, you can do it whatever you want, or whatever you like to do it. You can use your strongest team in the first place. You can use weaker teams in the first place just to kill the enemies and to rush with your strongest team about the leftovers. But that depends fully on the team composition, and that can vary from fight to fight or from stage to stage. So hope you can enjoy tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a little bit easier as it is on test mode, because I don't think I would be able to pass this stage or even the 51 stage. So yeah, have fun, enjoy it, and don't be sad about the missing emblems, because yeah, I am a little bit, because I like to gamble a bit and get some purple or orange emblems from Atlas Inferno. But so far, it doesn't seem like it's working the way. Have a nice evening, guys. Thanks for watching, and have fun tomorrow.